Hello, this is the editor. This video was filmed in a bar, and it's kind of loud. It might be annoying to some, but I think the video was so entertaining, so we're gonna go with it. Enjoy.
Welcome everybody to Libations and Sensations. I have my really good friend here, Felix. Felix, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me here.
We've had a good time just getting this going and started. This is our first time doing an episode in a public place, and I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're here at Craft and Commerce. It's my first,
Kettner Exchange.
Kettner Exchange. This is my first time here, so don't even know where I am right now.
We're transported to a different world.
Little Italy, San Diego.
Kettner Exchange. It's great. It's a cool restaurant, cool vibe. We got the music playing in the background, and yeah, my friend Brian, who's an amazing bartender, he made these beautiful cocktails for us, and I believe yours like old-fashioned.
Yeah, like an old-fashioned whiskey, spirit forward, stirred. Good stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
And then this looks very lavendery. I'll find out what he made me, and we'll put that up on a video later. But let's cheers and get this party started.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Oh, that's really good. I'm very happy. So Felix is my first guest that I'm having that is also currently a co-worker of mine. And another special thing is that he is a parent as well as me. So we're both parents working in the industry as bartenders.
Yeah, I know. Wild. Wild to think about.
And so you have a son.
Yeah, I have a son. He's 15 years old.
Okay.
He's in high school, sophomore. Where's the time gone? I don't know. Feel like he was just my little baby boy, and taking him to the beach and taking him to the park and watching him play soccer. And now he's a teenager. He's gonna almost be driving a car. And
oh my gosh! When we get on the road, it's like
getting his learner's permit soon and all that. Yeah, so definitely a big transition having a teenager than having a little boy and a baby. So even as a bartender, I mean, it's nice though to have my son, older now than as in the old days when he was little, because he's a little bit more independent now. He can go out, he can, fend for himself, get himself something to eat, make himself something to eat if he needs to. He takes the bus to and from school, so I don't necessarily always have to be there to pick him up. But if he needs me to and I'm off, I can come get him.
Do the dad thing.
When, back in the day, it was always hard to figure, who's going to pick him up from daycare, who's going to, take him to school, pick him up from school. I mean, especially with me having a strictly night schedule as a bartender and his mom having a morning, set, normal, as they say, normal 9 to 5 job. Yeah, so it was a little difficult in the back in the day, but now it's getting a little easier. Now that he's getting older. So
well, and I think the good thing too is like when they're older like that, you're not necessarily having to get up super early with them.
Yeah.
And as bartenders, we stay up, or we're up late, go to bed late, so our sleep is very crucial. And when you have a little one, even though you go to bed late, it's like I gotta get up, make them breakfast, get them to school.
Absolutely.
But now he's taking the bus on his own, so that's good. One less thing you have to do, right?
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, I remember like when I first started, when he was first born and he was a baby, and I first started bartending at this nightclub. I literally did not get home till like 4 a.m. after working till 2 a.m. close, cleaning, counting the money. I'm walking in the door 4:35, and he's waking up 4:35, and I'm just exhausted, like oh my goodness, and his mom's like, I used to let her sleep because I knew she had to get up for work in a couple hours and get ready. And at that time we had a nanny like a live-in nanny / babysitter who would literally be there in the morning. She'd wake up around 8:30. So I'd be up for like 3 or 4 hours after work with him, and then I would kind of like pass him off, go hit the hit the snooze button for like 5 or 6 hours, and then I get up again, get taken back, do what I need to do, and then his mom would come home, we'd switch off, and we'd do that every day for like the first, I want to say, 5 years of his life or so, until he was in kindergarten. And then we had more of like she would drop him off on the way to work, and I'd pick him up before I had to leave for work.
Right.
And we had a more of a, easier schedule when he was in school. But yeah, those first few years, they were pretty rough. I did not sleep a lot at all those first few years.
And it's like a lot of things, like something we don't really think about, because yes, there are a lot of bartenders, but even us, there's like 11 bartenders and only 3 of us have kids.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them.
All of them are pretty much single, no kids, or girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't think there's no kids. I mean, I don't think anybody's really married in our bar group. A couple people have girlfriend, boyfriends, but yeah, me, you, and Anthony, I believe, are the only. And Anthony's kids are older, in the teens as well. So we can relate, Anthony and I, on a lot of things. And same for you. You've kind of been there, done it already. So it's always nice to have you to kind of like, give us a little bit of advice here and there.
I mean, but you guys are doing it, being awesome dads and working in the industry.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a bartender?
Since I was 21.
Yeah.
So so about 20 years now.
Yeah. Same.
So I was a server, and then I became 21. And back then, you had to be 21 in order to serve liquor, and in order to make cocktails. So I eventually, I was working at a casino at the time, and they had just gotten their liquor license, and they desperately needed some bartenders to come in, and I volunteered. I was a server, and I was like, I'll learn. I was working graveyard as a server. I wasn't making a lot of money. I was working these weird hours at the casino at that point already. So I was like, sign me up. I like to learn. And they gave me that opportunity. They brought in a couple like really experienced people that really showed me the way. I was always an avid drinker, so
like I kind of get the gist. The Jack and Coke.
Yeah. I knew how to make the margaritas. I knew how to make a margarita. I knew how to make a Jack and Coke. I knew how to vodka soda. Like, I wasn't that completely lost. It was just like when you get to the bigger, the bigger builds, the shaken, the stirred, the different, bitters, and the different types of, using egg whites, and the different, and layering drinks and floating drinks. Like, that was where I learned a lot over the years from just other experienced bartenders in the industry, giving back to the industry, which is like, that's why whenever we have bar backs or people that are eager to learn, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to teach, because that's how I learn. So I mean, that's how you give back. Yeah, that's how you give back to the game, so to speak. To the industry. So yeah, I mean, it's been a long run. I mean, I'm still doing it. I mean, it's pretty much my career now. I don't know if I see myself doing anything else.
It's so hard to get out of it too.
I've thought about many times, like maybe I should do real estate, or maybe I should do, go into management, or, try a different avenue. But I just keep coming back to bartending. I think I have a really genuine love for it. I really enjoy the atmosphere. I love crafting cocktails. I love making people happy. I love facilitating the party. I love talking to people. I love just people in general. I think you have to be a people person to do this job. You have to like people, so to speak.
I like people.
There's a lot of angry bartenders and servers in our industry. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, if you like people, it's a lot easier to do your job.
I agree
You know,
with that,
if you genuinely care about people and you like people, yeah, you're gonna get the weird, customer or the bad customer here and there, the bad guest, the bad experience. But genuinely, you give or you get what you give. If you give off positivity and good vibes,
you're gonna get the good.
and you're having fun, they can see that and they'll have fun right back, and you'll generally make more money that way.
And I 100% agree. It's that the whole ambiance of people going out and going to a bar is they like watching bartenders and what they're doing, and it's like a show for them. And so if you're having a good time and you're happy and you're really authentically enjoying what you do, the guests definitely can feel that.
Yeah.
And in turn, they're going to have a great time with you.
Yeah, but how's the saying go? You catch more bees with honey or whatever.
Ooh, yeah.
Something like that.
You don't hear that one often, but it makes sense.
You catch bees with honey rather than vinegar or something. I don't know. It's a funny saying that I've heard before. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about making money. It's a job. At the same time, if you like your job, you're never going to work a day in your life. So if you love your job, you're going to be that much better off, going to work every day rather than hating people, hating your guests, hating the bar you work at or your management or it's just...
You can always find something to not like and be mad at, but is that really the way to do it? I mean...
No, and I try to teach my son, like what you do because you're going to be doing it for a long time. Like, there's... the retirement age keeps getting pushed back more and more and more, unless strike it rich somehow with the next great podcast or No, but I mean, it's one of those things. Be prepared to work for a long time. I always tell my son, just be prepared to go to work. Like, work hard. Good things will happen. They might not happen right away. You might have to start from the bottom. You might have to go get people's coffee for them or people's lunch for them or, do things you don't want to do. But eventually you'll get to that point where, you're in charge or you're the one with the good, promotion and the good career path. So, I mean, it's all relative, even in the bartending world. Like, I started at some really divey places. I've worked at some really janky places. I've really had some really terrible, like, environments and guests blowing smoke in my face all day. Like, working in a smoke-filled casino. I mean, it really, coming to, like, a really nice steakhouse environment or, like, a really nice restaurant I mean, it changes your perspective on, like, oh my God, like, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore and I'm here, because it's like, I mean, you would come in there and it was, people were in a bad mood because they're losing money.
Especially in the casino. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it is a low vibrational place.
Yes,
and, people are there for whatever reason, have fun to enjoy themselves, but people are also losing money. They are getting drunk. I can see that.
Yeah,
you've
it's
been
low
able to
vibrational for sure.
Positive attitude while doing it.
That was important for me. I was actually in the casino industry for a decade, so
a good 10 years.
Good 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
So I worked at 2 different casinos during that time, but I mean, you work at one, you work at them all, honestly. Like, they don't change. Like, it's all about getting them to play those machines, getting them comps when they ask you for comps, getting them cigarettes when they ask you for cigarettes. Yes, you're making cocktails too, but they don't really care about all that. They're not there for the cocktails. They're not there for the food. It's not like a swanky restaurant. They're not there for all that. They're there for the machines on the bar. And when they're not winning and not hitting those machines, it's your job to kind of like keep them in good spirits, get to know them a little bit, offer them things, to make them happier. And you know what? I get rewarded there too. Like, if somebody actually did win a jackpot or did make some money, they would slide me a little bit, and I'd be like, yes, like, that just made my night. So
you're like,
yeah, so it was.
I'll deal with all that if they're giving me, throwing me chips
For
and
sure.
cash.
It's like if they win $50K or whatever and they give you a few hundred, like, I mean, that's a win for you.
Oh,
like,
for
I mean, that's
sure.
your whole shift. Like, you know, you're probably making like, you know, from everybody else a few $100, I mean, $100, $200. So it's nice when you have some winners on your bar.
Yeah.
And then everybody else wants to come play there as well. So it's cool. I definitely learned a lot. You know, it's a lot different than the bar I work at now, or we work at now. So it's, you know, it's one of those things where I can always remember where I came from and like stay humble and you know, stay positive and keep it grinding, keep it moving. Yeah, it's a great building block for me. I mean, that was kind of where my bartending career started. So that's the base of my bartending pyramid. So.
I love that. Did you originally start bartending in San Diego? Is that where you're from?
Yeah, San Diego County. I was born in LA County.
Okay.
I grew up in Santa Barbara, California.
Ooh,
and then,
that's swanky.
Yeah, beautiful town. I mean, San Diego is like a bigger version of Santa Barbara in my mind, but it's a beautiful city. Santa Barbara's gorgeous, small town vibes as compared to like a big city like San Diego, but everybody there knew each other. Everybody there was really, really nice though.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really nice. California, coastal, small town. And then, you know, it came out here when I was about, I want to say 13 with my family. My mom, she got accepted to nursing school here in San Diego, and you know, me as a young boy came with and went to junior high and high school here. So I consider myself a local. Like at this point,
you definitely earned that right.
Yeah, at this point, you know, it's like, I mean, yeah, I grew up in Santa Barbara, but I've been here longer than anywhere else. So I consider myself a San Diegan at this point. Yeah. But yeah, I love it. Love this town. Don't ever want to leave.
It's so hard. Yeah.
Unless it gets too expensive. I mean, if I can't afford to live here, then that's a different story. But, you know, it's like if I can afford the rent and afford to live here and take care of my family and, you know, everything's good, then yeah, I'm going to stay here as long as I can, because not a lot of better places to live, honestly.
It's one of the most desirable places in the country. Some guy that I ran into, I was calling me back. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're from Sonoma, but I just read an article that San Diego is the number one most desirable city to live in the whole country, according to some article."
Yeah, I mean,
But
I can tell by that rent. The
it.
rent is the highest in the country right now. So, yeah, I mean, you get to live in like paradise. Weather's good. Great food and drink scene, culture-wise. I mean, great city to live in. Sports, you got surfing, they got skiing if you go to the mountains, they got the desert, they got all sorts of things. So, I mean, yeah, San Diego's a place to be. We're happy to be here and share these cocktails and work at the bar and, you know, do our thing. It's a fun life. I can't be mad at it. Yeah, I mean, there's things that, you know, there's always regrets. You know, there's always things you wish you could have done, but at the same time, you don't want to dwell on those things because, you know, you only got one life, so you got to live it the best you can live it. Got to take the cards that are dealt to you. Casino reference, but
but I think we've been dealt some pretty good cards.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, the service industry can be stressful, but it is a really tight-knit community, and San Diego is just so huge on it. Like, the culture here is so big, so broad. You got amazing people in amazing locations, and there's so many great bars and restaurants here.
Yeah.
Are there any like favorite bars that you go to, like after work, or if you and your wife have a day off?
Actually, a bar near to this place I like to go to down the street on India called the Aero Club. I really like that. I love my whiskey. It's a really cool whiskey bar. Has quite a few whiskeys. I mean, I would say over 500 whiskeys like in their bar. I mean, if not more. I mean, I don't even know how many bottles they're at this point. It's crazy. You go in there and the whole back wall's lined with it, all the way up to the ceiling. And then they have a whole nother like storage area. You see all these other bottles and cabinets.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I'm always just going in there like, hey, what do you got? Like, is there anything new? Like,
Try something
anything
special.
interesting?
Yeah.
And their bartenders are like super knowledgeable. Like, they always have like good recommendations. They always make good drinks. It's kind of like an industry bar too, so like a lot of like different workers.
Industry peeps go there.
Yeah, from different restaurants in the area. They all come hang out there and let their hair down after work, you know.
Stressful shit.
Yeah. And then it's like they have pool tables, they have games, they have video games like popcorn, they have like a barbecue truck in the back if you want to order food.
What? Okay,
So
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it's a fun bar. I really like it. That's one of the bars I like to go to. It's really close to my place too, so
Convenient.
it's a big winner for me.
Either like there's a bar close to your work that you get off, and you're like, okay, this bar's right here, or there's a place close to my house that I can go to. And yeah, so that kind of reminds me of, have you been to Whiskey House?
Yeah, I have been to Whiskey House downtown.
Because their selection is pretty big too. Is it just about the same as Aero Club?
Yeah, so from what I hear is like it's kind of like a competition for those two places, because those two places do have the biggest whiskey selections in San Diego.
Wow, okay.
So like one will try to outdo the other. I think Whiskey House has more technically, but Aero Club's always trying to get more,
to get
more than them. They're trying to get
Okay.
more. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like a friendly competition. Who has the most whiskey? I mean, I'm all on board for that. I love my whiskey. Cheers to having the most whiskey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to both bars and I love them both. Yeah, the one closer to me is obviously my favorite because it's more convenient.
Right.
We all like a place we can stumble home from, honestly, at the end of the day.
True, this
like
is very true.
nobody likes to, you know, drink and drive, or you know, nobody wants to drink and drive. That's not what you want to do. You know, and you don't want to take a $60
hard
Uber
work.
either.
Right. Oh my
So-
gosh, I know. So it's like really got to be specific in like what bar am I going to? Am I gonna have to drive far? Am I gonna have to take an Uber? You're right. And is there, I don't know, any advice you would give to people wanting to get into the industry, whether it be serving or bartending?
Any advice? I would say the biggest advice, besides like what I said earlier about staying positive and just, you know, taking things as they come to you. Another thing I would say is be patient. Be patient. Be willing to work with people. Be willing to work with your guests. Don't draw any like hard lines in the sand when it comes to like what people want. If I'm always like of the mindset, if I can make it happen for you, I'm gonna make it happen. I know, oh, this technically isn't on our menu, but if our chef is willing to do it, like I'll ask him. Like I don't have a problem asking him to do something. If there's a cocktail that is not on our menu, or there's something you had somewhere else, if I have the ingredients for it, if I can look it up on my phone, even if I don't know how to make it,
Right.
if I can build it, if I have the ingredients for it, or something similar, or I have the recipe build and I can find it online, I'm more than happy to attempt to make whatever drink you had at, you know, this other place. Or, you know, I don't like to like give people a hard no, whereas there's more people that are just like always giving you like,
We don't do that
you'll
here.
go to some places and they'll just give you a hard no. So you know, I am definitely one of the more open-minded people when it comes to that. Like, and I think it's good advice for anybody getting into the industry. Is like, just, you know, do the best that you can do with what you have, and just be patient. Things will work out. Like, you might not have the schedule you want. You might not get the shifts you want. You might not have. I mean, I even go through it now. You know, even here at my age, like I deal with that too. You know, and it can be frustrating, especially when you feel like you've you know, oh, I put so much, years into this industry, and you feel like you deserve, certain things, but at the same time, it's like you don't really, you kind of just, it's every place is different, every manager is different, every, culture of a restaurant is different, and you kind of have to be like a chameleon when you go work at a lot of different places. Like, I've been kind of like a journeyman over the years. I mean, I was at the casinos for a long time, but like after that, I started trying out different bars, different restaurants. And I can say I pretty much worked every type of bar or restaurant. Like, I've done craft, I've done like high speed, like nightclub, I've done casinos, I've done, fine dining, I've done, dive bars. I've done Mexican restaurants, Have
you ever done a breakfast place?
Done breakfast. I've done hotels, like hospitality. Worked for a couple big hotel chains. Also worked for a cool resort on Mission Bay. So I've definitely, when it comes to the realm of bartending, I feel like I have a good, like, well-rounded, like, idea of like all the different types of places you can work, and every single place I've ever worked, the vibe has been totally different.
Yeah.
And I've worked with some of the chillest people, the coolest people. I've worked with some of the strictest and, very, very passionate, very, very by the book. You've seen and done it all. It's just kind of one of those things where you're not really shocked by anything new that comes at you.
And you learn to roll with the punches. When you come to a new place, you're like, okay, this is how they're doing it here, and it might not be the right way or the way you would think is the right way, but you gotta just conform to how they do it. And I think as long as you're willing and able to do that and always willing to learn, you're gonna be successful in this business.
Yeah.
And,
true.
And you are just like one of the people, and I'm so thankful, first of all, to have you as my friend at work and also on my side.
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like sometimes you're gonna always deal with difficult people, difficult situations, but as long as you have the people around you that are cool-minded or cool-headed, level-minded, you know what I'm throwing out there, right? I think you'll be fine. And I'm thankful to have you. I'm thankful we've worked with a bunch of cool people. And is there anything you would like to just really say about the place that you work at now that you love?
It's Steak 48. I really love my managers. First off, the leadership there. Our GM is really awesome. Shout out to you, Stacy. She's awesome. She's the, if the captain of the ship is cool, like, everything's gonna be fine. Like everybody underneath that. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna butt heads. You're not gonna agree with everyone. I mean, I have my favorites. Just like anybody else has their favorites. You're one of my favorites. Like, not every bartender I work with is my favorite, obviously. It's like, at the same time, like...
Hello again. It's me, the editor. I think she got a phone call because she's recording it on her phone and it cut out. So here's the next clip.
Alright, thank you so much, Felix, for recording this episode with me. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're still happy. Yeah, we're good. I appreciate you. You're an amazing bartender. I think what we should do is, at some point in the future, record another episode.
For sure.
Maybe a different location. This was great. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I love doing this with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
First time podcaster. So.
And I think you should definitely, you're a great talker. As your lady was saying, you should have your own podcast. So is that something you think you might be able to do?
Hey, you never know. As a bartender, you have to have kind of a mouthpiece on you, and I got a big one, so you never know. It's fun to just talk. I love talking with guests. I love talking with you. I love talking with people in general.
Yeah.
I love to open my mouth. Sometimes I talk too much, but hey, it is what it is, and I enjoy it. And you know what? we need more people like that, I think, in this world, not less. As long as you're bringing that positive energy, that's what it's all about.
That's so important, especially like working in such a high stress environment, keeping it positive and keeping it positive with the ones you work close with, right?
Yep.
Very important.
Yep, it is. You know, and all you introverts, you need to get out there and talk a little bit. Talk to some people. Get to know your fellow man or woman.
And everything in between.
Or trans, or whatever. You know.
Whatever it is.
Whatever your pronouns are. Talk to them.
Thank you again. And if you're interested in being a guest on my podcast and on my show, you can reach me at Libations and Sensations. I'm on Instagram or at redlotuslibations.com, which is my website. Has all my info, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One more cheers?
Cheers.
Cheers to a successful episode.
Thank you.